G'day everybody, what's up? Robett Hollis here, and I'm joined with Parkable.com CEO and founder Toby Littin. How are you, buddy?
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're drinking, just going to quickly give it a quick shout out. It is the Belvedere Triple Cast 12, donated today by the lovely Monty Beetham, who's an absolute good bastard, and it's a quite nice little drop.
That's awesome. Thank you, Monty.
How we roll is basically when we do favours, I get paid in whiskey. And then we sit here and we drink it and we talk about great ideas. And one of the great ideas for this Monday evening is Parkable. Now, obviously, we just sort of met up tonight and we're talking through some cool stuff and want to have a quick little yarn and stuff. So, for those who don't know, that have small brains like myself, please tell me, what the hell is Parkable?
Parkable's it's an app that lets people who have spare space list it, and other people looking to park their car find it and park in it all via the phone.
Basically, Uber for free car parks.
Yeah, you got it, like the Airbnb for parking.
Airbnb. Now, obviously, talking about before, it's available for both private and commercial.
Yep.
How does that work? So basically, if I've got a residential house, I've got a thing, so I've got spare space. It's free money for more.
Yeah, you got it. So whenever the space is available, you can list it. It's designed to be super easy to use, but probably best with a bit of an example. We've got, for example, a young family just over the other side of town here in Auckland. And the mum and dad set up the car park and they put all of the proceeds into their son's sort of education fund, right?
Yeah.
So it can be for families like that. We've got vacant commercial towers where, the property's undergoing a renovation and the car park underneath is empty, so we fill that up. But more and more we're getting into managing staff parking when that's free, opening it up to the public to recover some lease costs for businesses.
And can you choose the times of when people can use the space?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's kind of like, so if I've got a spare room, I have an Airbnb. If I've got a spare car park, whether it's residential or commercial, I can have, do you call it like a parkable spot? Or
you got it. Yeah, you can make it parkable.
How do you know what park it is?
Easy. So it's all identified on the app, right?
Okay.
So the app's really simple to use for the people looking for parks. There's just a bunch of pins on the map. You find the one nearest you, push button, parks near me. It brings up a picture of the park. You can identify it by bay number if there is one, otherwise by imagery if there's not. Will
the owner of the space that has a space, when they sign up the spot, take the photo of the thing?
Yep.
Is there a logo or branding, or do they kind of just know?
No, there can be signage. You can, we put signs up in some parks, but otherwise it's just take an image of it, whatever's identifying about that park, where it is in the car park building, for example.
What's the biggest thing that you've noticed, either from a regional or corporate perspective in the city? Like, is it more, do people want to be mostly parking free space? And like, obviously it must be cheaper than regular parking.
Yeah,
so obviously price is the biggest driver for people, or not?
We get huge amounts of buy-in because it's super easy to use.
Yeah.
So yes, the parks are generally a lot cheaper because they're only on at times that suit the person who's listening. We call them hosts. So they're set at times by the host to suit the host. And that's the idea is that it's dynamic. So the host, mum comes around to visit, you need your driveway back, you turn it off. And
you can do that in real time?
In real time, yeah, all in real time.
And so can you have pre-schedules blocks of time which do it?
Set and forget, yep. So you set and forget your schedule, but then in real time you can turn it off and on. And I guess that's what we love about the system is the real world is a little bit unpredictable. You don't know how long you're going to be in the meeting, so the start and stop a session is dictated by the person who's parking. You don't know when you're going to need your part back, so you can set it up in
And the average pricing model, is that predicated per area based on, like, obviously an hour cost on Queen Street was going to be a lot different to Taka, to different to Oriel? Like, is there like a kind of a set flat pricing model, or how does it sort of work in terms of pricing?
So the hosts set the price, so they can set it at $1 million a minute if they want. No one would ever park there, but but they can set
marketing.
Good marketing. Equally, if they set it at $1 a day in the CBD, they're going to get parked in every day. So our team work with the hosts when they list their park and say, hey, look, here's a suggested price point.
Yep.
We do recommend that it's always cheaper than the competitors, and part of that's that the host doesn't have the operating costs. We don't have the operating costs. It's upside all the way.
What's the average percentage of either discount or not discount, or like benefits or value or savings from an average user's side? Like,
yeah, so your typical price will probably be 40% less than
really?
More. Yeah.
Damn. And how does the app make money? Just clipping the ticket between the host
we take a percentage of any money that's generated. If no money's generated, it's no cost. Yeah, so it's free to download, free to set up.
And talk about the start of this idea. Like, obviously, like, what's a bit of your background, your history? Like, how have you sort of got to this spot?
Being incredibly frustrated with parking, right? We've all been there. Parking sucks.
And not
sort
the
of
greatest parker.
Yeah, it came
my
about.
move. This is my move. I'll just tell it out there. This is a really bad thing. I'm going to say it publicly. Don't really care. Is I just roll up anywhere and I just don't pay, and then I just roll the dice at 180 every time I'll get a ticket, and then it works out that it's actually all right.
Yeah, the old law of averages, fines basis.
Or the classic is I'll go into a loading dock zone and I'll just put the hazards on and I'll just run out and have to do my shit because it's really difficult. Weirdly enough, I'd actually probably use this.
I reckon hazards are like the ultimate permission pass. You know, it's like the one thing that might obsolete our business.
if you're tooting with the hazards on, it's like something's going on.
Yeah.
We've got some feedback. We've got Monty says pleasure, my man.
Thanks, Monty.
Monty, it's actually really good whiskey.
Yeah,
We've been sitting here for a while. It's awesome. We've got some good things, and then I think we've got another one. Craig Cotton. Craig's jumped in. Love Parkable. Use it all the time. However, they need more parks. Do you need more parks?
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
why do you need? Usually, people need more customers.
Our customers love the app, right? But the one thing we always ask for is, can you get more parks in XYZ location?
You've got a supply problem.
Totally, we've got a supply problem.
It's like P in Hamilton. Just kidding, Hamilton. I love you. Yeah. But your Chiefs are anyway. Yeah, go on.
So where were we? Parkable, super easy, free to list. What were we talking about?
So so it's totally free.
Totally free. Yep, totally free. We only make money if the host makes money.
And it's just on the host side.
Yeah.
So for the user, they get 40% less, and then from the host side, it's
they're getting money for jam, for nothing.
Where'd the idea come from? Obviously, just the pain of parking.
Yep, pain of parking. That was kind of the origin of the idea, and then when we started to explore it further, we saw a future that is nothing but connected car, right?
Yep.
And so that means cars that are connected to the space around them, connected to the internet, connected to their environment, and most importantly, from our perspective,
from car to the app or car to location.
Car to location.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so we facilitate that.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so we effectively are the connected real estate that talks to a connected car.
And the saving grace on that is future proofing for autonomous vehicles.
You got it.
So explain through that, because I think that's actually really interesting.
So we see a future where cars are autonomous and connected. That means they don't have drivers necessarily, or the driver is just the dude having a nice whiskey in the front seat, perhaps. Who knows where that'll go. And ultimately, the cars are going to need to get off the road at some point to either provision or to recharge, or if you're out for a date and you want wine and chocolates on the front seat when you get back, someone's going to need to take care of that.
Okay.
And that's about being connected to the environment around you and having a platform that facilitates what the car gets up to when it's not driving around. Give
me an example of more of the companies being able to win in this, because obviously more in the city side you're going to have more commercial space. I'm imagining there's not many two-bedroom villas on Queen Street.
Yep.
Talked about obviously more from the company side.
So commercial towers and apartment blocks, right? And so again, this is all about the future is connected car.
Yep.
So a lot of these places are access controlled, and we see a future of frictionless. So the vehicle arrives at a vacant space. Yes, there might be a barrier, but the car is effectively qualified into that space. So its identity is recognized. But
most of the corporate sides on commercial sides anyway would have existing relationships with their own sort of parking things. Are you saying this is a benefit on top of it because then they can block in additional time outside of those things, right?
Correct, and layer it within. Yeah, so
explain layering, because that's basically free money for jam on top that doesn't conflict with any existing contracts.
You got it.
Yeah, so because I think that's actually really smart, right?
So when you drive around a car park building that is privately held at the moment, like let's say you've got a business sitting in a big tower.
Yep.
Underneath that tower you've got a couple of hundred car parks. Whenever you drive around those car parks, more often than not, there's a number of them that are empty during the day.
Yes.
And then at night, pretty much all of them are empty, right? And so Parkable is built to facilitate the exchange of that empty space either to those existing staff members or outside to the public.
Now, it might sound like a cheeky question. If I owned a car park within another building, can I then also use Parkable?
Yeah.
So single individuals that already have their own space, there's nothing illegal stopping them from getting additional revenue outside of the time they're using it?
No, nothing illegal at all. There are some landlords who might raise an eyebrow, and that's. But I
dare you want to park you're going to be working with them anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Andy Crow says, Parkable saved me the other week. Made it just in time to a client meeting.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Glad to hear it, Andy.
Great feedback.
Yeah.
He'd appreciate if you went to, do you have like a review app on the iTunes store?
Yeah, you can review it.
Review it, done. Bunch of people joining, very cool. Cool. And so what's the biggest challenge for you now for the business?
Right, so we break our challenges up, right? Every young business has got heaps, but right now finding more real estate. So if people have spare space, I'd really encourage them to reach out to us. We can help them understand how they can make some extra money from it. And
what's the average person, say, in the city, like making additional, a couple $100 or something?
Yeah, exactly. So in the city, you'll get between $200 and $240 a month.
For free?
Yeah, for free. And in city fringe, you might get, say, $150 a month. So what's that, $1,800 a year?
And then in real time from a host side, depending on their schedule, they can control who uses it when?
Correct. Yep.
Double park, single, all the rest of it?
Yep, correct.
Yep. Very cool.
Yeah, and sort of coming back to this real estate piece, a lot of people sort of have this mindset. It's my park, and what happens if I need it when I need it? And I guess I'd call out that's what Parkable's built for, is to help make money when you don't need it and deal with that real world situation.
Obviously, so it needs to be with either the owners. It has to be the owners of the land or the people who have access to the park.
Correct, access to the park, controllers of the park.
Yeah.
So either if you're a homeowner, it's your own driveway. If you're a tenant in a large commercial tower, you control the parks. And
I'm imagining a lot of it as well is probably the talkability between people that are saving time or money or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's easy. So basically, your biggest problem now is space?
Space and awareness. So
you've actually got customers. So basically, if you're watching and you have a car park that you don't use, you can get free money.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
for nothing.
For nothing.
And you've got clients that already want it.
Yeah, exactly.
This business sounds pretty easy, man.
It's honestly, it was built to be easy.
So you don't need to do anything, and you've got heaps of people that want to pay for it, but you don't have enough space.
Yeah, you got it in one. So we'd love to hear from people.
And so how can people? Let's give a nice, big, solid finish and close this great interview with Parkable CEO. Just Apple, iTunes?
Yeah. So App Store, Google Play Store, or parkable.com, Parkable.
Or .co.nz?
Or .co.nz.
Easy. All right, that's us. Cheers.
Thanks, Robett.
Cheers, Monty.
Cheers, Monty.
For the great whiskey. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace.